Good afternoon, Aggie fans. Women's golf started its season in a stampede, while the cross-country team ran in a jamboree last weekend. I'm Jacob Russell.
And I'm Michael Faget. These stories, along with news in volleyball, men's golf, and an in-studio interview with Coach Matt Aguero are coming up next. Let's go in the huddle. Women's golf started its season with a top 10 finish at the West Texas A&M Buffalo Stampede. Placing ninth, the team finished with a score of 700. Senior Cass McGrath finished the tournament 24th with a score of 167. The team heads to UCO for the Lady Bronchos Master Classic on October 5th through the 6th.
The men's golf team finished 13th at the National Preview Tournament in Indianapolis. The tournament was cut from 54 to 36 holes due to poor weather conditions. The team finished with the score of 654. Senior Peter Phelan led the way with the score of 158, good for 25th in the tournament. Junior Jason Timmis was Cameron's other top-place finisher. He placed 32nd in the tournament. The team finishes its fall schedule on October 5th and 6th in Duncan at the Texhoma Championship.
Competing in the Oklahoma State Cowboy Jamboree, the cross-country team finished 14th out of 28 teams. Sophomore Julius Schroer placed 7th in the 8-kilometer race with a time of 25:44. Senior Josh Stewart placed 15th with a time of 26:04. The team travels to Fayetteville, Arkansas to compete in the Chili Pepper Festival on October the 17th.
The men's tennis team went to Abilene, Texas to compete in the ITA Regionals. In singles play, senior Thomas Puedo advanced to the tournament's Sweet 16 but lost in 3 sets. Senior Diego Trujano advanced to the round of 32s but lost in straight sets also. Freshman Jorge Gerasi suffered a rolled ankle during the tournament but made it to the second round despite. In doubles play, Trujano and Piotto advanced to the Elite 8 but lost in straight sets. The team now prepares for Lone Star Conference Championships on October 9th and 10th.
The Aggies volleyball team posted their 3rd winning streak of the season last week. They defeated the Pioneers of Wayland Baptist in 4 sets and improved their record to 13-6 on the season. Senior outside hitter Lindsey Pazuk had an all-around solid game. The Southpaw striker posted 20 defensive digs, 16 kills, and 3 assists. Sophomores Nikki Abbott, Addie Lawson, and freshman Kelly Dickerson also posted double-digit kills in the match. The team continues its conference schedule on the road this week. They face Texas A&M Kingsville on October the 8th and Tarleton State on October the 10th.
Sophomore outside hitter Nikki Abbott was named Aggie of the Week last week. Abbott has taken advantage of increased playing time since Melissa Acton went down for the season. Last week, she recorded 68 kills in only 16 sets. She had a great game offensively against Southeastern Oklahoma State with 26 kills, 4 off the school record. Abbott was also named Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Week, making her the 3rd Aggie to earn that recognition this year. In the Huddle congratulates Nikki Abbott on being named Aggie of the Week.
The volleyball team has relied on numerous players, both new and returning, on their way to posting a 13-6 record early this season. One of those players came from an unusual source, the women's basketball team. In the Huddle talked with senior middle blocker Amber Schroer on her transition from protecting the paint to guarding the net.
Senior middle blocker Amber Schroer, volleyball head coach Breanne Smedley, and women's basketball head coach Tom Webb listed various skills that have helped Schroer transition from basketball to volleyball.
Being kind of quick.
Foot movement.
So blocking.
But the coaches mentioned one skill that has made a huge contribution in that transition.
And I think you can see her athleticism. You know, when she has played, you can tell she's one of the most athletic kids on the floor.
Her athleticism, is a great addition for the team.
Schroer has gone from being a starter on the basketball court to a rotation player around the volleyball net. While Schroer was a solid player for women's basketball last year, dealing with losing played a factor into her changing sports this year.
Tough year last year, that first year is transition year as a coach and as a team. And we sat down and she talked about different options, and she really loves Cameron, which is easy to love, I think. And she's a good volleyball player in high school, and she talked to Coach Smedley, and everything worked out.
The transition has not been easy, but the volleyball team's early success and playoff hopes have made a difference.
It's just a better feeling to know that you're winning, and it makes it a lot easier to have fun with it and just play, and it's a lot different coming from a losing season.
Schroer's ability to protect the paint in basketball has helped her defend the net in volleyball, a void she filled after some seniors graduated last year. Coach Smedley says Schroer has fit into that leadership role comfortably.
She leads more by example, pushing everyone hard, like I said, when we do conditioning and then when we're doing the drills and everything, doing the best that she can.
And playing her game has helped the volleyball team enjoy early success this season. For In the Huddle, I'm Michael Faget.
To welcome in our number 7 regionally ranked cross-country coach, Matt Aguero. And coming off kind of disappointing, you would say, but we weren't full strength finish in the Jamboree. Our senior, Muhammad Khalifa, wasn't able to run. How would that have maybe affected the outcome had he been able to be out there?
We would have performed a lot better, definitely, because he's a great runner. He's been running third for us, and we really don't have as much depth as I'd like. So anytime someone in our top 5 doesn't perform well, and he was sick and didn't finish the race, so that cost us probably 180, 190 points. So if we finished 14th, we probably would have been top 5.
And that was an 8-kilometer race. Transferring the next one coming up in the festival is going to be a 10-kilometer race. Now, is that more to our advantage, or how does the training differ when you go from a different kind of meet?
We gear everything towards 10K because regionals and nationals is 10K, so that's what we train for mainly. The Chili Pepper will give us an opportunity to run a 10K before we get to the regional meet. And I think it'll help us because we're a high mileage program. We put in a ton of long runs each week, so I think it'll be to our advantage.
Okay, and coming into that, we have only a 7-day layoff between the festival and the Lone Star Conference regional meets that we were speaking of. That's our shortest layoff throughout the whole season. Does that affect the running or any kind of the conditioning for your athletes?
Not a whole lot. Usually the weeks between meets, like this week we have a week off this weekend, so we actually train harder this week than we would a week that we have a meet. So we just will back off a little bit before the conference meet. And we want to do well at the conference meet, but our main focus is on the regional meet because that's where you qualify for nationals.
Okay, and with the flu bug and everything going around, obviously we've already mentioned the depth. You guys run 7 runners per race, right? How's the health on the team? Is Muhammad going to be ready for the festival, or how are we looking during that?
He didn't run yesterday, but I talked to him this morning. He's feeling a little better, so hopefully he can run today. And as long as we can, he should be ready for Chili Pepper. And good to go. Hopefully everybody else can stay healthy too.
All right, and then of course our cross-country team had a unique opportunity this season to be able to host our first event. How was that, and how might that help to shape our program going into the future, our cross-country program?
Well, it was great to host the meet. It was our first one, like you said, and we had the opportunity to win, so that was exciting. We didn't have a whole lot of teams there, but the teams that were there were really high quality. East Central's always a strong team. They finished 11th in the nation a couple years ago. Midwestern was there, and their women's team was 16th last year. So it was great to have a good showing for the first year, and hopefully we can have more teams there next year.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time with us today, and good luck to your team in the upcoming Chili Pepper Festival.
All right. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Here's a look at the sports schedule for this week. Women's golf heads to Edmond to compete in the UCO Masters Classic on October 5th through 6th. Men's golf will be in Duncan to play the Texhoma Championships on those same dates. Later in the week, volleyball will battle against Texas A&M Kingsville on the 8th. Both tennis teams close out their fall season at the Lone Star Conference Championships on the 9th and 10th. Volleyball then closes the week with a match against Tarleton State on the 10th.
Another busy week for Aggie sports.
Yeah, another busy week, and none of it is going to be here.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of tough.
It's going to be a little bit difficult to get some footage, but we'll be sure to get all the coverage you guys need.
Definitely.
And that wraps up another episode of In the Huddle. To watch this show and other CU TV programs, go to youtube.com and type in CUInternetTV with no spaces. There you can find the latest episodes of Top of the Hour and This Week in SGA.
If you want more Cameron sports news, updates, and stats, go to the athletic website, goaggies.cameron.edu, and find out what's happening in Aggie sports.
And we also want to give a special thanks to Sports Information Director Craig Martin for his help in making In the Huddle the sports show for Cameron Aggies.
We also want to thank the CUTV crew for their help in making this show possible. For the CUTV crew, I'm Michael Faget.
And I'm Jacob Russell. We'll see you next week in the Huddle.